Hey, what's up, kids? Good morning. Probably not a lot of you joining me this morning because this is something that I haven't done in a while. I don't know that I ever did it live. I did some quick news updates in the past, and I think I recorded them and just posted them later. But I don't know. I had some time this morning. This is something I want to try and do a little bit more often. And, there was some cool news out this morning, so I figured I'd jump on and talk about it and see who's out there. Right now, no one. So, maybe a little more notice on my part. All right, but let's jump into some stuff here. You can see my background's a little different. I'm also switching out all my detolfs. Well, most of my detolfs, not these over here necessarily, but for a pack system, which I hope to have in place for the whatever next show is. I think that's Legion's Lounge in a week from Monday. So unless something else comes up like this, but I hope to have that in place pretty soon. They're going to look pretty good. All right, let's take a look at some of the news here. Got to present my screen here, and Starlord, baby. Starlord dropped today. We had Rocket last week and Groot the week before that, and now we've got Starlord from Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Hey, what's up, Alberto? What's up, Andrew? How's it going? Yeah, Harry is a surprise. I'm gonna start with Starlord, but man, holy moly, it's that looks incredible. But starting with Starlord, let me share this. Whoops, there we go. I guess I gotta move myself over here. There we go. All right. It's early. I probably haven't had enough coffee. This now I'm ashamed, and this is the first time I'm going to say that I'm ashamed. Oops. That I have not seen this movie yet. I meant to go last weekend. I talked about it on the 1/6 pack, and I didn't get to go. I've been so busy with this, the moving stuff, putting stuff together, and shooting, Mythic Legions and some other lines and stuff, that I didn't have a chance to go last weekend. I'm hoping I can get out like Saturday or Sunday this weekend and see it. I heard it's great, and that's awesome. I haven't felt bad about not seeing anything or felt like ashamed that I hadn't seen Ant-Man or I did go see Thor, sadly, in the theater. I didn't see Wakanda Forever, but that was great. I did enjoy that when I saw it. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's a commentary on the state of the MCU, but I just do not feel that urge to go and see it the first night. I was excited for this. I love Guardians of the Galaxy, and I do want to see it. And I'm not waiting till it comes out on Disney or whatever. I'm gonna go. I'm going to the theater to see it, but hopefully I'll do that this weekend. But anyway, these are out, and this looks great. These uniforms are really cool, man. I mean, I know these are the classic comic book uniforms, and everybody didn't wear them in the comic book. Like I don't think Drax wore it, but they look really cool. I mean, I have the whole set from either one or two. They're a little mixed. Mostly two. I don't feel the need to get these, but man, it's cool, man. I do love the uniforms. And this looks really good. I thought the shoulders might have been a little too narrow. Like his shoulders are pretty broad in that uniform. And of course, teasing Nebula here, which I'm going to assume is going to be the next one to come out. You never know with Hot Toys. They could stop at these three, and that could be it. Hey, what's up, Angel? So yeah, I mean, the sculpt looks really good. My one thing is the hair, the sculpted hair. Like again, I like rooted hair. I mean, I know people are just starting to get into rooted hair through the Joker. It may be a lot of people's first introduction to rooted hair. But I've been getting like customs rooted for a long time, and it's great. It doesn't, unless you mess with it too much or touch it too much, it's not going to move. So I just like the look of it better. It just looks a lot more natural. I mean, this is the look. I mean, that's his hair. Can I scroll up here? No, I guess not. Okay. It just looks a little, I don't know, poofy. Like a little too high. The volume is a little bit too much on top or something, or Maybe it's just the fact that it's kind of shiny and very wavy and slicked back. It just, I don't know, it looks like some sort of like 1940s something out of the Rocketeer or something. You know what I mean? Instead of kind of a naturally mussy, curly headed look to him or something. Like this is a mess. This isn't neat curls and stuff like that. But I'm getting nitpicky. It's a great looking sculpt. It does look really good. We've got the separate rolling eyeballs, not purrs, I guess sirs. Which I wish they would be in parallel, man. There's nobody's eyes are moving. I mean, all over the place like that. They should move together. It was easier to control. It was a lot easier to get right. There's a lot of times I'll put those in place and look at it and go, oh no, something's off there. That left one isn't quite in the right spot. So anyway, it is what it is. This looks good. I like it. These look really good. I don't know, the little eyes are a little narrow. I don't know. I like the smirk. I like the curled up lip. That's totally Peter Quill. So, yeah, really nice looking. This outfit might be a little sus in terms of movement, but I mean, I think you're gonna get the poses you need to get out of him. Which is that. Like what else you can use? He's not Spider-Man. So it's good. I think it's gonna be fine. At least this is a new sculpt, unlike Rocket, which is disappointing for a lot of people. What does Andrew say? Do you think Hot Toys will get to high evolutionary? I don't know, man. If this movie does well, and no, this movie has done well, right? So like we're good there. I have not seen the movies, and I know that it's all about that. It's Rocket's story. High evolutionary is a huge part of it. There's other characters. I don't know. I'm not spoiling anything for anybody, but I don't know. I don't know if he's a big enough villain to get. And I have looked at like the full outfit on him, but it's been rare that I've seen pictures of it, so I don't know how interesting it is. Yeah, his face obviously is interesting. But I don't know. It's possible. It's possible. Well, your avatar is making me feel very uneasy. Touche. Yeah, this looks good. There is no price yet. I just looked on Sideshow. It's not up there yet. Again, I hate when they show boots. Is that an ankle cut boot? Let's go back. It must be. They usually do that. Yeah, that's ankle cut. Okay, good. But yeah, showing the boots is an accessory. It's not an accessory, guys. Come on, this is ridiculous. Show a detail or something else. I don't know. Not a lot. You don't get a lot with this. Really isn't much here. And there's only one version of it, so it's not like there's a deluxe or anything. But I'm gonna imagine this is in the 280 range, somewhere in there, 270, 280. That's our level. That's our base level now at this point. So that's that. Yeah. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, I mean, I want to do this more often. Just when there's stuff breaking, comes out in the morning. This is, you wake up and all these Hot Toys, and especially with the 1/6 stuff drops. And that's probably what I'll talk about for the most part if I do this regularly, unless something else. Like there is a Mythic Legions in-stock sale this Saturday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested in Mythic Legions, and I know that some people who watch this channel are quite interested, so I'll just throw that out there as an extra bit of news. But that's that. I don't want to spend too much time on these things. We'll probably be talking about these on the 1/6 pack next week. Let me share this little thing right here. This looks incredible. InARt is killing it, man. Killing it. I am not a Potterhead. I enjoyed the first. I enjoyed the films. The whole series, not every one of them, but it is. I do have to go back and rewatch these because I think I just wasn't so into it that I didn't really pay attention to some of them. You know what I mean? Like I started reading the books and then I kind of dropped off. So I don't know. Wasn't my thing. But the movies are great. And John Williams' music, I mean, you can't beat it. So this is great. I can't wait to see the whole figure underneath the cloak and stuff like that. The owl looks. I mean, let's talk about. Forget about Harry's face, which is amazing. The owl is incredible, man. Look at that. That looks great. But this face, this is spot on, man. I'm gonna bring up Google. Let's see, Harry Potter. I can't even remember what was the first movies. I read these books and I can't remember. I'm just gonna put Harry Potter 1. Bringing up. Look at this. Here we go. Here's the HD. Look at that. I mean, it's spot on, man. It's great. The size of the glasses, the eyebrows, the eyes. They nailed the sculpt, and this hair. This is what I'm talking about, with rooted hair. Good Lord, man. That looks incredible. Just wouldn't have looked as real or as good with plastic hair. And I'm sure they'll give us a plastic hair option, right? Yeah, the owl looks real, man. The owl looks real. He looks real. I was in a Harry Potter class for English, so I can say, oh yeah, exactly. So you've looked. I mean, you looked at this, 1,000 times. Anybody who's a fan of the movie would know, instantly. Yeah, it's amazing. This is going to go up for pre-sale apparently on Tuesday, the 23rd, May 23rd, up for pre-order. So I'm assuming we're going to see a lot more of that. Maybe we'll see some more in between. Maybe they'll tease a little more today. They're usually not. I mean, InArts hasn't been like a boom, a big bomb drop, and like here's all the pictures. They'll usually tease some out. So, hey, what's up, Toy News Daily? Very cool, but I'm not prepared to go down this line. I'm still paying up. Yeah, dude, I'm with you, man. I find it very hard to pass up. I'm not a Potterhead, and I mean, well, this is an iconic movie. It was a fun movie. I was thinking about it today. I'm like, do I want this as representation of, like a classic 90s movie? I'm just not that into it, but I find it very hard to pass up a great figure, and InArt is putting out custom level figures, you know what I mean? And that's the thing, like custom level without having to build all the parts yourself, source, parts that aren't included in whatever run you bought, shoes, whatever. It's just there and it looks incredible. And this is kind of the way I'm going with my collection now is just like, less, but better. And, but I mean, it really does have to be something that I'm into, and I'm not that into this. So I don't know. I've been contemplating rewatching it to, like, I don't know, talk myself into it, which is stupid, but, it's awesome, man. It looks great. Lenny, what's up, Lenny? I just picked up the Star Race Harry Potter from this year. Yeah. I mean, Star Race, man. What are you gonna say? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I know Waruna, like one of the sculptors. I don't think he does everything, but he's a good sculptor. Like, I just think it's like the Big Chief. I hate to say it, but Big Chief is the same way. Is the paint just lets it down a lot? You know what I mean? Even 3-0 sometimes they have some incredible sculpts. I've had the how's his name? Clegane, Sandor Clegane, like repainted the Hound, and it looks incredible. My friend Pete painted it and it looks great, but the original paint, not so good, but a great sculpt. So paint can kill it. That's not the case in all Star Race. Some of the Star Race stuff is just, it's just not good, man. But yeah, they just, I don't know, man. I wish Star Race would go into something like 1/12, like cloth figures or something for Lord of the Rings or something. I think, the smaller size, it's cheaper to get a third party if they blow it, you know what I mean? So, whatever. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I cannot wait for that. Oh my God. Now, I bought the other, I can't remember the name of the other company that is coming out with Dune. We just talked about it, but it's a new company, so I apologize. Off the top of my head this early, I can't remember, but those look good. And the one that they have out is the uniform look, which is cool. Hopefully, this will be the still suit look from InARt, or who knows? Maybe we'll get a 2-pack. It's possible. Hopefully, maybe they wait till Dune 2 comes out, which by all accounts is looking incredible, and that'll give a little resurgence to sales and stuff. Because I really want to see more of those things, and I'm just afraid that it was my movie of the year last year, and it's just an incredible movie. But I think it, maybe it was a little too slow building for some people, or it was just a little too deep or different. I don't know. I'm not sure. Everybody who loves it. Great critic reviews, but it wasn't like everybody was clamoring for figures. So, and then the only thing you had really was those McFarlane things, which I bought them all, and quite frankly, they're back in a drawer. So, yeah, the Fremen suit and the blue eyes. Maybe 2 sculpts. Maybe we get a blue eyes sculpt or something, or maybe that's the 2 because he's probably going to be more, looking more like that. And Duncan, yeah, I would love Duncan. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but anyway, back to Harry. We'll know more about this by Tuesday. Hopefully, we'll know a little bit more about it before Tuesday. But this is looking really good, and it's going to be really, really hard to resist picking this up once I see all the details of this, because it's just I like a great looking figure. You know what I mean? Even if it's not something I'm necessarily into, especially 1/6, especially rooted hair. Few and far between right now. So no price, not seen a price. InARt is a mystery right now. The only thing we have to go by is the Joker, and that was a 2-pack, and it was a huge box, and it came with a huge dio. Not everything's going to come like that. Oh no, we do. Of course we do. We have the Batman and we have Pennywise. So those were in the 400 range. Trying to think back. I already pre-ordered those. I forgot we had the prices for those. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this is going to be. Rooted hair. I mean, it's not a crazy uniform. It's a suit basically. So the owl, I don't know. Maybe you're looking at $350 in that area, maybe, depending on what it comes with. We don't even know if it comes with other accessories or something like that. But no price yet that I've seen. Let me just zoom out here and see if they've. I don't think they've said anything on here. Oh God, I mean, no offense, but people are like, personally, I prefer the older looking hair. Yeah, okay, all right. Well, that's not what this is, so you can wait for that. Somebody's comparing them. I don't even think that's a great. I mean, it is from the movie, but I don't think that's a. It's a little blurry and a little soft. Different expression. I think it looks incredible, man. I'm disappointed. The boy's eyes are so dull and glassy. What? Man, I got to tell you, it's getting harder and harder to be online and look at stuff within the collecting community. It's really a downer. I mean, some things deserve derision, and then there are some things that are just like, dude, you are nitpicking to the nth degree. Like, come on, ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Possibly. Hey, he's going to be short. He's definitely going to be short. Star Ice release of this year, the paint is all terrible, but the sculpts are by K.A. Kim. Oh, okay. Yeah, really? K.A. Kim for Star Ice. I didn't realize that. Those did look good. I got to say, those didn't look bad at all. I don't know about the clothes. Never had them in hand. I will trust your judgment, Lenny. But I'm assuming this is just going to kind of blow that out of the water, even though it's a nice placeholder, I suppose. Oh, just Hermione. Yeah, okay. Hermione looked great. That did look very good. So I can believe that's K.A. Kim. I'm surprised they got K.A. Kim. They must have paid some money for that. Interesting. But that's that. Let me move on to story number 3 here, which is Sideshow is pulling out of SDCC. Now I say pulling out. They didn't really decide to go there and then they're decided not to. This is decided way in advance. So they decided last year at some point that they weren't going to go to this. I think it's a little, more than a little wrong for them to have waited this long to tell people. I mean, literally a month or so, a little over a month away from the show to tell people who bought tickets. And this is a big booth, man. This is a very popular booth. It's a very crowded booth. It's really, outside of when QMX was there with their 1/6 stuff, I'm trying to think. I don't think anybody else is there representing. And I don't know if InARt is. I don't think they're doing SDCC. I think they might be doing another event somewhere along the line, like they did in Vegas. But I don't think they're doing this. New York Comic Con they did talk about, which would be awesome. I hope they come to New York Comic Con. But this is kind of like, this is a huge hole in the middle of the floor that there's going to be no stuff. And SDCC is big. They used to come to New York Comic Con. They stopped doing that a couple years ago. That was a good booth, but it was basically Hot Toys, the Sideshow stuff, a few ancillary, statues and stuff like that, and a few ancillary things. But the SDCC one went on and on. They had statues. They had the Kotobukiya, not the Kotobukiya, but I'm not a statue guy, but some of the smaller statue companies that build like all the MCU characters and stuff like that. They had representations from tons of companies that did 1/6, not just Hot Toys and not just Sideshow. So it was a huge booth. Hey, what's up, 78? What's going on, man? Good morning. This is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And like, I'm still trying to. I have a line on a ticket. I got to figure out whether I want to go. It's for like 2 days, and they're not even consecutive days. So I want to see everybody. I really want to hang out. Really, honestly, I just want to go to San Diego. If I get into the con for a day, I'd be happy. I think there's really not much I need to pick up in the way of exclusives and stuff like that. I'm kind of over that whole thing. But now that Sideshow's not going to be there, it's like that was a big part of my going there, because I mean, outside of like Mythic Legions doesn't go there. Outside of Hasbro and some of the smaller companies, I don't really care about McFarlane or Diamond. I go to those booths, of course. I do think Asmus was there as well last year, so they may still be there. I don't know. I don't know how much they have to show though. Anything new? They haven't talked about anything new. So, but yeah, this sucks. So just quickly, I won't read the whole thing, but Sideshow CEO Greg Anazole explains, and he didn't write any of this. For more than 20 years, Sideshow's reveled in the ever-evolving spectacle of SDCC as we've transformed from a humble booth into a gallery-style showstopper. We've enjoyed sharing the magic of pop culture with fans at every event, but we've always dreamed of transcending the physical limitations of the convention. That sounds like, wow, it's like the astral planes or something. Reaching out to a global audience hungry for more. Well, I mean, they've done that. They have the Sideshow events. They do that. That's kind of their built-in audience. I was watching Will Foxification's take on this today, and he was saying, you get many more reach out of just kind of staying within your bubble and putting it out to, I don't see them advertising outside of a lot of 1/6 areas. I mean, yes, they're on Instagram, which is global, whatever. Maybe they're doing some paid advertisement there for their, their Sideshow Con, which is always cool. There's always, Sideshow, points and stuff like that you can get. And they have some good, sales sometimes. Lately, it's been more and more. I mean, listen, it's a costly event. I get it. I don't know that it pays off. I know a lot of people. Hey, what's up, Wing? I know a lot of people who have done conventions in all sorts of industries that are not doing them anymore just because the cost is exorbitant. Not just the cost of the booth. You have to pay drayage. You have to pay people, union people to put it together for you, take it apart. You got to pay people to be there. You got to pay for hotels for those people, meals for those people. It's expensive. And if you are not getting any kind of exposure is one thing, but you're living in a world with, global exposure on a daily basis. To go to one part of the world with a lot of people walking around, sure, but there's a lot of people who just look at things and kick tires, to use a metaphor. You know what I mean? Like, just look at it. They're never going to buy this. It just looks cool. I look at the statues. I'm never going to buy a statue, probably. So yeah, I mean, it's disappointing. What's Angel saying? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's very, very pricey. They probably don't get much out of it. They probably get a lot more sales out of these online things because they'll do spot sales. You watch the videos, they'll say this is on sale right now. Go to this URL. You can get it for the next 10 minutes, and that's what they've been doing lately to compete with the Hong Kong dealers. They've been putting those daily discounts up, some of which have been really good. They actually did a couple weeks ago for May 4th, they did a bundle deal, which I took advantage of. It was like $70 off a figure or something like that. It turned out, $230, $240 figures were $170. So it was great. More of that. And, they're slowly pulling me back from doing the Hong Kong thing. Because honestly, it's getting to the point where I don't really, there's nothing that I really need except for InARt. I want InARt as soon as it comes out. I can't wait to get those things in my hand. Their CEO, now that's the CEO, the CMO said the recent past has seen our popular culture become the lead, in global entertainment. While physical conventions have been wonderful, they have not been able to scale it and appropriately serve the exponential growth in fandom. During the pandemic, we took the opportunity to experiment with virtual programming, like everybody did, and our collectors' response was phenomenal. We were able to control lighting, technology, sound quality, and setup, which created a richer presentation and wider grouping of collectible art. By moving our content to a virtual platform, Sideshow will be able to present an even broader selection of brands, art, and unique product offerings while delivering an inclusive experience. They said somewhere along the line here, convention attendance prices and travel costs grow, accommodations became increasingly expensive, and con passes became even harder to acquire. That is true. The more and more with SDCC, like if you're in, and you're in for life until you don't go and don't buy the tickets, which you could just buy the tickets and transfer them or something. You can't technically transfer them, but you can. Large-scale conventions have become experiences only accessible to a small percentage of the fan base, unintentionally leaving a large proportion of global pop culture enthusiasts underserved. Well, that's always been the case. I mean, not everybody goes to a convention. There's limited, but there are a lot of conventions, and SDCC is the biggest one, obviously. What's up, Nikto? So it's a little disappointing, and honestly, I really do want to go just to see everybody, but this was a big kind of slap that they're not going to be there. You're not going to see those products. A lot of times we would get those, looks at those products that are in the works that they've produced, Hot Toys and/or Sideshow that may or may not ever be released. But it was fun to see them, and fun to speculate that they might come out. I'm sure they'll do this all virtually. It's just different. Not just wandering around and seeing it. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I don't know if this is like the downfall or the beginning of the end of large conventions like this. More and more I'm seeing, narrower conventions. I mean, Legion's Lounge is obviously one of the more narrow ones because it's centered around a line, but that's what they're kind of doing. They're doing the Sideshow Con online. I don't know. SDCC isn't going away. I'm not saying that, but the importance may be waning, and it also may have something to do with, yes, the economy, which I think is better than people think, but it's the buzzword, and just the lackluster amount of content that's out there. Kind of TV excluded, things like Last of Us and stuff, but like the MCU, the fall off of all the current DCU stuff, DCEU stuff, and hopefully that gets better. But right now, it's like I'm not even excited. I never went to a panel at SDCC. It was too much to get into, but even with Celebration, I'm like, I don't know at the next Celebration what I'll be excited to go see a panel on. You know what I mean? I'm not really sure. Maybe Andor 2. I don't know if that'll be out yet. Yeah, exactly. We were just saying that it is the one. I mean, Asmus is there. I think they're there with. Are they there with somebody? Or they just have a small booth. I guess they're there by themselves. Yeah, Hall H is ridiculous. I will not be one of those people camping out for, overnight, and I'm not doing that. It's nuts. All that stuff to me, if I could get in at Celebration, it was great to see those people live, and really what you really want to kind of see is the sneak previews that nobody else is going to see, that they're not going to show online, which is really cool. But the teaser trailers, but other than that, it may just be me, but I'm just kind of over that, and I'm kind of over the show exclusives and having to run around daily and get in line and stand in line for an hour or so to get an exclusive. So I don't know. It's a stressful thing. Costs a lot of money, and costs these guys a lot of money. So I just don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, you're right. Oh, did they? What am I thinking of then? Is that two? Oh, yeah, you're right. This was last year. I was there 2 years ago, or before COVID. I was there. So yeah, I guess Asmus doesn't have. They probably won't do it either. I mean, that's expensive for them to travel, obviously, because they're not domestic. So, yeah, man. I don't know. Could be the end of an era. We'll see. But interesting and disappointing for anybody who had bought their tickets. And I'm sure nobody's buying it just to go see the SDCC or the Sideshow booth at SDCC. But I think for a lot of 1/6 collectors, that was the pinnacle. I mean, it was, and for even just anybody, it was always in the center. It was always a big booth. It was always colorful and bright, and just like it went on forever, man. It was where I met people. Like, it's like, hey, let's meet up at Sideshow. So it's gonna be interesting, man. Oh, we can only hope, right? We can only hope. Yeah, I wonder if what shipping will be to your hotel room. Maybe they'll ship it to you for $200. Yeah, this is the end. Possibly. I don't know. We'll see. But that's it. Just want to do a quick little news thing, and that was about a half an hour, so that's perfect. That's what I want to do. Thanks everybody who jumped on here. I haven't done this in a while, so I appreciate everybody who came in. I'm going to try and do a few more of these every once in a while. About this time, maybe a little bit earlier. We'll see if I can get my stuff together. But that's it. Have a great day, and I will see you probably, I don't know, around. Hit that bell. See ya.